There are people that don't want you to be spiritual and don't want you to be recognizing things that are sacred. And it's very complicated when things like that happen. Among our people, in the traditional way, they used to stress that you always have a corn pollen pouch. And in the way they say it is, they say, in other words, when you are Diné, you're always supposed to have tadatin with you. And tadatin is to remind you that to keep things sacred and to be spiritual. And it is that when you're traveling along in the world and you see something that makes you feel happy, makes you feel joy, you say aheha, which is thank you, or sometimes they would say aheha, which is to say thank you for letting me see this. And sometimes you might hear some song or some tone or something that gives you a good feeling and makes you feel joy and happiness and peace. And you also can express gratitude for the things you hear, the things you smell, the things you taste, the things you touch that make you feel good and make you feel happy and make you feel at peace. And so it is that those are the things that you can understand if you maintain spirituality. And spirituality was very important. Was chadisindo. It means always keep things sacred and recognize things in a sacred way, and that it is that you are grateful for these things that you recognize as sacred, that make you have joy and make you have happiness, and it fills you with personal confidence, and also that it gives you peace. And the thing that you can acquire when you have that spirituality level is to recognize gratitude, and that it is provided by the giver and the maker. And the neck is, when it is done and understood in the way of our people, it is that it encompasses our everyday life. Was this sindo? Hodin sindo was the word that they would tell me. And for any kind of special occasion, and there's always a special occasion. And even when someone is sick and you want them to be made well, then you have to be aware of the things that are spiritual and to be able to ask the holy people, please make my relative feel better. Please heal my relative. And those are your personal requests of the holy people. And when they see that you have a level of spirituality, they are more willing to provide you with the help that you need to keep your relative happy and have joy and to have peace and to be able to be made well. But it is that there are people that don't want you to be spiritual and don't want you to be recognizing things that are sacred. And it's very complicated when things like that happen. So it is that I remember when growing up that which was to say, keep things on a spiritual level. You get caught up in the everyday things and the physical environment, you forget the spirituality. Spirituality is very important, and that's having a relationship with your holy people. And as Diné, when you have that corn pollen pouch, it is always a reminder. Maintain that prayerful contact with the holy people so that you will continue to be spiritual and that you will always be able to recognize spiritual things. And those are the things that we are told.